see here. Receiving.
Receiving. Good. I think we're back live again.
It says excellent.
Good. Everything's excellent then.
I will monitor stream health. It says stream is healthy, so.
Good. Welcome back. Hopefully for the last time tonight. Things have occurred in GT1 qualifying and I just haven't seen it or said it, but I will mention it now as the LMP1s are winding up for their laps. Thiago Lorena on the pole. I wish I knew the first part of their name, but we're just going to go with iMom or just Mom. Trengi's Design is starting the second row, followed by Spiky Cactus. CTLT5177 is in 5th. Flora 6th. Octavian 7th. Dickolous Rage in 8th. Skillnuts in 9th. And Crazy Mittens, who is still on the track, possibly illegally, is in 10th. Busted Nuts, also on the track, possibly illegally, is in 11th. Mayor Realis 12th. Les Paul Obsession 13th. And Maximo ARG, the gamepad phenom, is in 14th for the GT1 field. Are we still looking green? Okay. I love problems that I don't do anything to fix, but they fix themselves.
Well, you just have a bad connection, and then you reset it, and we're good to go.
I suppose that my hardline gigabit Ethernet is not enough. Chucks.
So iMom. Well, iMom is in second. Who is that?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go over SimGrid and I'll pull up SimGrid and you can continue on. I'll come back to you.
Let's see if we can figure out who that is. We still have well, all of our LMP1 cars are out, and Ted, once we get going, you're gonna have the distinct pleasure of learning that the visual differences between the LMP1 cars are not super obvious. So bear with me, bear with us for round one.
What do you mean by that?
So we're looking at an Audi. That's fairly obvious. It says Audi Sport on the side of it.
Yeah.
This is a Courage C60. I know that because I've looked at that. But if you sort of see, all right, that's fair. Which one is that?
An Audi. That's an Audi.
Also an Audi. That is a Courage C60 in the wall.
Car in the wall.
See, that's an Audi. See, I've just managed to not find the ones that are confusing. I know this is a C60. All right, I did my research. Apparently, I'm good enough, and I know which cars. This is the Audi France car. I know that because I was looking at it earlier. And this is the Dallara.
Yeah, I can see the difference there in the wing. The wing is real easy to pick out.
The wing is easy to pick out, and I also learned the other key thing, which is the Audi is right-hand drive. So it has a similar looking rear wing to the Dallara, but because it's right-hand drive, it makes it a lot easier. See, all I've learned is you're just a bit more intelligent than I am.
I wouldn't say that.
Intelligent enough. But is there a reason why you're not participating, or share with the ladies and gentlemen the reason for your?
Well, I am not at a rig right now, so that's one reason. So yeah, I'm in Indiana. My rig is in Oklahoma, and yeah, I'm here for some work, and as well as I'm just gonna miss a lot of this because of work and traveling and stuff. I'm gonna see you in Sebring in like 2 days.
That is true. I am super excited.
So we got that kind of going on, and then I've taken a liking to iRacing, so I have to pick and choose, and I was doing too much sim racing throughout the winter, and the girlfriend was not terribly happy with me being on the sim rig basically 7 nights a week. So
fair.
I run Monday Night Porsche Cup on iRacing. If anybody's interested to hop onto ARL and do iRacing Porsche Cup, I run that series along with Zanatti. And that's the series. That's it. That's my series. I am running and participating in for sure, and I will hop in when I can and iRacing GT3, which is Thursdays. So yeah, and then we also have LMU on Friday and Sundays.
Yes.
I
Is
think
there currently? I know. Isn't there sometimes a Saturday that runs as well?
Saturdays are usually the console series is running
That's
on
right.
Saturday.
That's right. The ACC console series, which I think it is rad as all hell that you guys run a console series, because
Yeah,
I
well, that's
imagine
where
it's
the
pretty
league
underserved.
no, that's where the league started.
Yeah.
The console series. There's 800 and some console drivers still.
Huh.
Although it's kind of slowing down, but yeah, there's something for anybody and everybody at ARL. The only night of the week we do not run something at the moment is Wednesday night, and sometimes there's special events that are on Wednesday night. So
All good stuff. If you like racing and you are in a time zone that's not in Europe, since most leagues seem like they're all in Europe, come check us out.
right,
Sign up.
right.
If you want to sit in a box and talk with me about racing, you're also welcome to do that. The door is always open. See, we just let just about anybody in, hence my guest tonight.
Right, of course.
I was expecting
I never did figure out who iMom is. I don't know. The names aren't matching up between the sim grid here and over there. So that's just iMom.
Well, the way I introduce the drivers, it's not your mom, it's not my mom, it's iMom. So that's what we're going with for tonight.
And it's no use to the top.
It is very, very true.
Is that not? That's a common sight to behold.
It is true.
It's no use at the top.
It is very true. Jeff H, though, trailing pretty closely. Drivers who are out now have time for maybe 2 more laps, depending on where they are on circuit. But I will say the gaps are reasonably close. I was sort of expecting them to be like super far away, since these are fairly new cars to AMS2. I'm sure most people haven't driven them, and it is round 1. But considering the top 5 are 2 and a bit seconds, I think that's pretty decent to start with. They are definitely different feeling than modern cars. No assists whatsoever. The general input, I feel like it's sort of feels less refined, a bit of a lock-up to exercise my point, but they are an absolute blast. I think everybody agrees with that.
I've only run the Audi and the LMP ones, and it was pretty fun. I just kind of tested it out, but I have run a lot of those GT ones, and I can tell you that Aston Martin was my favorite
It's also
car.
my favorite.
I was able to ink out the best times in that car. The Viper just wanted to kill me at all times,
so cool though. So cool. The best part for me, I personally, especially because we're at Daytona, I have a love for the Viper, since there was somebody running a Viper GTSR GT1 car at Daytona during the Rolex 24 weekend. So seeing it in game, I'm like, oh, I saw that car, a month and a half ago. So
nice.
I will always appreciate that until it's something else. I think there was also a Celine S7R, which is not in AMS2, but was a GT1 car in 2005. But that would be my other favorite if it was on track. I was gonna say, do these guys know that it's still qualifying? Getting a little bit racy there.
Wait, what was that? Was that a GT1 car out there?
No, those were I think it was a group of LMP2s or LMP1s. Excuse me. I want to say LMP2s probably a lot because I'm used to prototype class being an LMP2. That is very deep into the international horseshoe.
Jeff H is not gonna dethrone It's No Use today.
No, he's not. That's a bit of a track cut for second place Merchant.
They've been cutting that pretty hefty, so there must not be much of a track cut there on the exit of bus stop.
There is not much of one in AMS2. You can really get away with it. I think who else is on circuits? If
Where's
I can.
Echo? Why is he not showing up on this timing?
You can scroll. I've only just learned because now we have a big enough grid. You can scroll. I'm a
I was
professional.
like,
I'm a professional.
dude, scroll down again. 27. Oh, Sean's not part of this,
Or does
but
he not participate? Okay, but still, 26 car grid is one of the biggest
that
grids. That might be the
that is
biggest grid I've seen
that is
to be
the
broadcasted.
biggest AMS2 grid I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And I don't think Barnes moved. I think Barnes moved up to third at the end of that lap. And
He did. He most certainly did. He took away second place Merchant's third.
And Mr. DK. It's great that I have. Oh wait, no, I know how I can see people's full names because I remembered that this is the thing. It is just DK. All right, we're sticking with DK.
Yep. Oh, yeah. That's
Is gonna be our last. I believe this is a lap set early enough, and it doesn't seem like he's slowing down unless he's taking an lap, which could do.
DK's full legal name is Daniel Kent. So
Mr. Kent.
we always call him DK, so it's okay.
His full legal name and his address is 123 Playground Street. Social Security. No.
I'm just gonna dox DK here.
It seems like the DK was not on a valid lap or just sort of gave up in the end and gave us a bit of a show, but that does bring qualifying to a close. Ish. We do have 45 seconds, and I will begin reading off the LMP1 times. It's no use. Put in an early quick lap. No one was able to dethrone him, but Jeff H was the next closest. In second, Barnes is in third. Second place Merchant didn't exactly reach second place in qualifying. We'll see. There's still a race to go. Sloth fifth. Jay Fitzy is in sixth. Chrono seventh. DK or Daniel Kent is in eighth. And Matty Ice is in ninth. Are there any there is Anthony Pacheco and Zigzag Bruno, who is starting
in Pedro
10th.
Oh, Pedro's in a GT.
In there. And I will wait. We'll kick us to here before I read out the full grid. We'll see if I can get through it fast enough. As I said, it's no use on the pole overall. Jeff H, second. Christopher Barnes, third. Second place Merchant, fourth. Sloth, fifth. Jay Fitzy, sixth. Chrono, seventh. DK, eighth. Matty Ice, ninth. Tiago Lorena is on pole in the GT1 field. I Slimed Your Mom is the full name of the driver. And yeah, we can cut away from that. That is fine with me. That is wild.
What in the heck?
We're just gonna stick with Mom. That is in all my years.
Could you bring that back up?
I could.
How do you do that? Oh, timings? Or,
yes.
And then, scroll back down. What else do we got? Oh, Trango. That's a story there. Trango is usually first.
He's usually really quick in GT cars.
Yeah. The cars with no assists as far as ABS and TC has been giving him, more troubles,
Yeah.
Than, but it's still really quick. Third, that Lorena is, is no slouch. He is very quick. So
apparently the mom that got slimed is also quite quick as far as qualifying trim, but that's one thing. The hour-long sprint race to come is entirely different. Suppose I will now mention that they are required to change tire compound in the race. The tire wear is at 3 times, so hopefully there should be more tire strategy involved rather than I'm going to run a full stint on the fast tire and then just throw on the hard at the very end, which is what I would do otherwise. But
right.
They should get going on, I'm going to guess, based on the timer, that this is a manual formation lap.
It should be, yes.
Wonderful. And that is for those of you who are unfamiliar with AMS2 and its many issues. You can hear the lights going out. ignore that. They will not roar away from the start. They will. Well, that was about 15 feet of roaring away by the pole sitter. But one of the many things that can happen, and that does happen, is that AMS2's automated formation laps are kind of broken, and sometimes it will give the whole field a penalty. So to avoid that, drivers are instructed, hey, do the formation lap yourselves. When you come around, the pole sitter will call the green, and it works out well. I believe, just to make it extra confusing, I was going to say, these are the... So, It's No Use and Jeff H. These were the two cars I was looking for. They have... Basically, their liveries are identical, but they are not in the same car.
They have the numbers are different, I do believe, right?
Yes. Actually, they're not. Wait,
Are they both 16?
Are they? Hold on. Are they running identical cars? Okay, they are running identical cars.
Oh, jeez. Well, you know, It's No Use does have a livery that I did not make into a pack.
I also have a confession to make to the folks at home.
Oh yeah, you didn't download the pack.
Had the pack. I was going through my checklist of things, and downloading the livery pack and installing it was at the end. You haven't used AMS2 Content Manager, the game has to be closed for anything to go, and the session had already started. So,
yep.
Next week, the cars will be a bit prettier. Possibly a little more cursed.
We have what is the livery? I go over livery share here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 different people that will have different liveries.
Oh.
And maybe some more because
going a bit slowly. I must admit.
What's going on with Mittens?
I don't know. They're going a bit slowly. I mean, they could really put the beans on in the tri-oval and catch right up. But
yeah, but that doesn't sound right.
That doesn't sound right.
It's in. No.
The gear selection does not show up correctly. It says everything's usual. But it does kind of sound like the clutch is like slipping in and out.
It doesn't have like the pit limiter on or anything, right? Is he gonna have to sit for damage? Did he damage it on start somehow?
I have no idea. But it sounds like that car is not in gear.
Okay, cars are coming around to start.
They are, so in fact.
We'll have to come back around to that.
We'll diagnose that a bit later.
We have an 11 that is off the track. That is the ice.
Stationary on the tri-oval. Drama already, and we haven't even gone green. Any moment now, we should be taking the start. It's No Use does take the start. A good launch for him. Far and away from Jeff H going into turn 1. Not a whole lot of movement between the two, but the Audi and the Courage C60 with Barnes and Merchant are already getting at it. This is going to be one of the best sounding series we've probably ever heard. There are so many wonderful, wonderful engines in this series, but I gotta say, very measured start from the LMP1 field. We're gonna jump back to the GT1s as they take their start. Fortunately, they gave plenty of time to, I can watch both race starts. Thank you, everybody. Here's Thiago Lorena, and it's a slow start for him. Trengy's Designs just jumps that thing as they come across the line. And
that was Mom.
Oh, you're right. My apologies. Mom takes the lead, but Thiago Lorena doesn't go deep into the corner, makes it a bit less of a sustained start from the GT1s, and there's a Murcielago round. That's CDLT 577. Got a little bit of 3-wide action. I think there was another car off circuit as well with him. Flores is off. The bumper is crushed on the C5. Do you like how I read out his name? Did that get you?
Like, yeah, that one just rolls right off the tongue, doesn't it?
CDLT 5177, man. Locked in. It's No Use. Maintains the lead of this race at the start. It definitely seems like it's going to be a bit of a fight between
Jeff.
Barnes and Merchant.
Jeff went around.
Jeff did he really? Oh no, he's going for it. A little bit of contact coming into turn one. Between It's No Use and contact on the exit. It's No Use is round. Everybody comes to a stop. Possible safety car beginning.
Jeff H around.
Jeff H is around. Sorry, I'm miscalling everything tonight. Barnes stopped. I think he's gonna let Jeff H come back through. Zigzag Bruno apparently is in pit lane immediately. Matty Ice does not maintain the final position. But Drama coming off the tri-oval for turn one. Matty Ice is round in there as well.
I think he was on his own there around.
I think because of the
Barnes kind of clipped the back of Jeff H, and I think that's why he stopped there in the track.
Yeah, I think you're No, I think you're right. I do wish we had replays. I miss LMU dearly.
No.
The tools on LMU now are so fantastic. It is a joy to run those streams.
Yeah.
We do the best with what we have. It's true.
We're doing stuff.
That is very true. But yeah, it seemed like Jeff H just sort of he ran a bit deep. There's contact front to rear. Kronos touches ZK and Pacheco. He thought it looked fun to spin rounds, so he did the same. Here comes Barnes and Jeff H. I guess a little bit better for them. They got a couple freebies to get it started. Seems like a lot of action in the GT1 field. Let's say this is the first multi-class I've done on AMS2. DBR9 going very slowly on the exit. I think that's Mom. It is Mom. Maybe a bit of early damage for somebody's mom. Feel bad for her. This is why I asked early on. I said, hey, can we have people use their actual names?
Oh, dude.
Because this is what happens.
It's in the rules and everything. I've asked many times, though. I'm in.
Murcielago is going slowly out of there. That's CDLT 5177 because it rolls off the tongue so nice. But the DVR9 is rolling off well around the outside of the tri-oval coming into turn one. It just seems like the Murcielago maybe doesn't have the straight line speed, but that DBR9 looks like an absolute rocket as he dives up, busted nuts, and now he goes into the back of another Murcielago. I think that was, no, it was actually, who is that? It's Dickless Rage that got pushed around. I'm really trying to keep it together here. But Busted Nuts was involved. And a couple of drivers sustaining damage. This is incredibly serious. You know, man, how'd they do this in 2005? Oh, wait. Trinky's Designs has a bit of damage on the front of his.
Oh, he does.
Aston Martin.
Ooh, that's a pretty good little clip, though. He's got
absolutely. And in AMS2 especially, any amount of, it could be 1% front aero damage, and you could be losing 2 or 3 miles an hour on a straight. And at Daytona, straight line speed is everything. Spiky Cactus cutting the Lamarche to get both of them going through the grass. Clearly that's legal. Oh, there's an Audi off in the tri-oval. That's Matty Ice, who I don't think is adjusting to the LMP1 machinery super well at the start of this campaign. Man, that Murcielago sounds good. Now I get to start talking about engines. Do you like engines, Ted?
I believe so, yes.
You think? This is a man who photographs and sells cars. And he said he thinks he likes engines.
Yeah, engines are good. They make the car go fast.
That's true. Also true. The brakes, however, help you slow down for turn one.
They do.
But CDLT 5177.
I'm still cracking up about the names.
Oh wait, we got a bit of
Dickless Rage.
Oh, Skittle Nuts and Mom and Dickless Rage and everybody coming through on each other. Is that the race leader?
Oh man.
Oh, that is not the race leader. Who is that behind them? Is that Maximo ARG? No, Maximo ARG's there. There's an LMP1 in the mix. I don't know who that is. I've just realized
19th.
we've lost 5 cars already. Is the car 19? Is it?
No, I'm trying to look on the little screen, but 20th?
They're 20th
No,
overall. This is why I leave the track map up, but it doesn't always help.
Yeah, I know. I'm looking at the track map. Okay.
The LMP1s, though, the leaders now are going to be coming up behind the GT1 field already. Multi-class racing is my favorite kind of racing, and I hope that we're going to be able to see a bit why. Jump on board. I'm just curious what the closing speed is, because the LMP1s in pretty much every case have less horsepower than the GT1 cars, and they do weigh a bit less. I will freely admit that, but you can see how much quicker they are. Splash the MC12 of Maximo ARG, I believe. And closing ever closer on the back of Les Paul Obsession, who was excited about driving the Murdermobile, which is the Dodge Viper. And fun fact about that Dodge Viper, it's gone deep.
Oh God, where's it going?
That wasn't the fun fact I was about to give, I promise. But I'm not sure what exactly happened with Les Paul Obsession. He did get out of the way of the leader.
I don't know what happened.
Oh, that's a replay. Oh, maybe a little bit of touch on the exit between the leader and some of the back markers. But as far as multi-class, it giveth and it taketh away. You know, you could be the gap between first and second. I think that was a EB9 going a bit deep into the West Horseshoe. But the thing about multi-class is the gap right now between first and second overall is 2 seconds. If the leader gets caught behind traffic, let's say he gets caught behind a GT1 going into the Le Mans chicane, he could lose some of that time, and it's not by pace, it's just by luck that second place Merchant might come through, but that is not going to happen this time around. Everybody's stepping out of the way. Actually, well, it's going to be...
Who is that he just...
That is the mystery. What? That is the mystery car. That is...
Can you scroll down?
This is the full field.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, we've already lost 4, huh?
We have indeed. I am just gonna click through the field and find out who that is.
Yeah.
Still all GT1s. Wait, no. It's Zigzag Bruno.
It's Zigzag Bruno.
That's what I thought it was, but when I clicked on him earlier, I thought I saw Aston Martin, but I'm entirely wrong. But I will say the fight amongst the GT1 field at the front is quite close. A little bit of LMP1 helping. Perhaps a bump draft. That'd be a little bit sketchy on an oval. I don't recommend bump drafting on an oval. But Trengy's Designs and Thiago Reino are the cars ahead. They're sort of going to have to give way for this Audi coming through, but Trengy's gives way and maybe gives up a bit of time to the leader. The rules for blue flags are often discussed at length in multi-class. As I'm sure Ted, as an endurance driver, you know.
Yeah, 6th, DK and Barnes just got into it, it looked like. But hopefully we're there.
Got into it as in...
Sixth place is moving slow. Oh, 20 seconds.
Oh, they're coming. Oh. What in tarnation? That was an overtake for the lead of the... What in God's name just happened? That was
I think it was netcode. I think it was Lorena's netcode.
I think it was too. But
because I'm on Trego's stream and he just said that he's ghosting and stuff.
Okay, that would explain that. Oh, and yeah, okay, so they are currently Tiago Lorena is ghosted, therefore they're not actually making contact on their end. But what I just witnessed was fantastic. Trangi's design overtakes in turn 1 by mounting the Lamborghini. That was unbelievable. And the fight's
just
going
disappeared.
He's but oh wait, no, I was gonna say it's what?
Dude, are we kidding?
What?
This is not happening on Trango's screen at all.
I imagine it's not happening on either of their streams, but they're just what?
What is going on? Holy cow!
Sean's here. Do you want to take a look at what's happening on screen?
This is some nice AMS2 netcode we got going on here.
So they're mounting each other because they're not. They're basically. Oh my lord! Trangi's goes a bit deep into one, and I've fully lost it at this point. Oh, we got somebody sliming somebody's mom, and we got cars mounting each other.
Yeah, and Dickless Rage.
It's not a boring round 1. It is not a boring start to the season. I will say that for certain. There are several cars already making their pit stops. Mayor Reales is one of them. Sort of the back of the GT1 field. It feels a bit early, however, with the added tire wear. I can't say how long a set of soft tires would last. But a bit of multi-class. Actually, that was for position, interestingly enough. That was DK overtaking Flores for position, technically. And the fight for the lead continues. And we'll see if it all occurs. If it all goes wrong again. If Trangi's gets close enough, of course. I'm starting to think that the damage that is showing on that Aston and on that Lamborghini is not real. And it is a result of thinking that they're making contact where they are actually not. But they're still racing for the lead. And I think I'm going to begin engine talk before anything else goes wrong. I earlier this afternoon I had some time on my hands and decided I'd make a chart of all the cars and all the engines and any fun facts I had about cars, and it was actually quite fun reading through Wikipedia articles about old racing cars. And we'll start with this one who we're on board with now, which is the Corvette C5R, albeit with a slightly squashed front end, but toting what I feel like has sort of become famous now with the Corvette race cars, which is that big yellow front fog lamp. This is a 7-liter, pretty much an LS1, not entirely. The LS1 is derived from this engine. A 7-liter V8 with not as much horsepower as the rest of the field, 584, but the largest torque figure of the bunch at 833 Newton meters. Those of you who know racing cars know that is a absolute bucket load of torque to put on the rear axle of a race car, especially one without traction control. I somehow, Ted, this Murcielago of Tiago Lorena has gotten way worse Look at, wait a minute. Both of their cars are
I know.
smashed to
So,
bits.
so Trango, I've been talking with Trango. He's not happy about this because on his screen, I can see on his screen, it's the car, like Lorena's car is just ghosting through him.
Yeah.
And there's no damage on Trango's car, according to Trango, at all. Like, I can see his little readout.
Yeah.
It's 0 across the board. So it's all Lorena's internet. And we've had problems with Lorena's internet before. Lorena is in, I believe, Brazil or something like that. And has always had internet troubles. And it looks like tonight is way worse than usual. So
Yeah, I know usually there's a little bit of jitter that we see, but a car completely ghosting, I feel like it's a solution, but it definitely robs a bit of the excitement. Because
I think
don't have to race each other. It's kind of like they're hot lapping against each other.
They
rather
are.
Than,
they
rather
exactly,
than racing.
Trango said exactly the same thing. He's like, it's just like I'm hot lapping against him, and he's like a ghost. And you know, from Lorena's perspective, it's probably even way different because we've had the problem before where Lorena took out Sean, and on Lorena's screen, he was miles away from Sean, and on Sean's screen, Lorena just drove through him, right?
Yeah.
So I'm hoping that something doesn't happen like that, because I mean, we can't like just hop on and take him off or tell him like, you know, hey, you're ghosting or whatever.
Yeah.
This just has to play out. I wish that they had some network controls, like, you know, iRacing has network quality control. So like if you drop too many packets, you're kicked off, right?
Yeah.
So, you know, this is just one of those AMS2 things, which is one of the reasons why I've kind of put this to, you know, on the shelf. But
I have done the same as far as driving. I will admit I do occasionally launch AMS2 and do some public racing when I feel like driving, but I don't want to think. I'm sure, as you know, that the just jumping into a random short race session is beautiful chaos.
Oh yeah.
I wonder,
especially with like the GT3s.
Oh yeah, any GT3 is interesting. I was gonna say I wonder if we're gonna see any more mounting here between the pair, but I don't think so.
I wish we had replays.
So much.
Because Aiden Burke is out of the race and in the chat, and I have no clue why he's out of the race.
I also just realized I actually can't see the YouTube chat, so I'm gonna briefly do this and then do that. And now we're back.
Not he's in the AMS2 chat, but I do have.
Oh, gotcha.
I have the YouTube chat up. Nobody's talking about it. I don't think anybody's listening to it. I think we're just talking to ourselves.
I'm okay with that. I'm really okay. I'm okay with that. I'll be honest. The overall race leader, It's No Use, has made his way past the GT1 race leaders, and here's second place Merchant closing in on them. And get a little bit ear candy. Whether this is a Courage or a Dallara chassis LMP1 car, they both have a 4-liter naturally aspirated Judd V10. If you like racing engines, you know that engine, and it is rather famous for its sound. And amongst 2 V12s, if I had a time machine, that's all I'd do is go back in time to go to vintage races.
Oh, yeah. I'm right there with you. We got somebody off at bus stop.
Oh, yes, you're right.
15th.
Ooh.
Okay. Oh man.
I think
I
there
think
may
he's been having
be.
a rough race. I've seen him involved in a couple yellows where I think he's spun himself.
Yeah, that's definitely a car with damage limping back towards pit lane. Several cars already have made a pit stop. The best part is in the other. Oh, I think we just lost another car, I believe. Or maybe that. Oh, I think like I just saw somebody teleport to the pit lane.
Oh no.
I don't know. But I can't say for sure.
So I slimed your mom or whatever was Aiden Burke, just by the way.
Gotcha. Now
So
we know.
he is out of the race. And that's who was talking in the chat about being out. Oh, this looks like a close one. Is this?
It is. It is. Flores on the back of somebody who is a lap down.
Oh,
I don't know who. I'm gonna guess that that's Marialis. I think that's his Aston Martin. That might be one of my. I do quite like the livery on that Aston Martin. I like the silver and orange.
Yeah.
I'm partial to this car. I think entirely due to Top Gear, because they briefly featured the Aston Martin DBR9 when it first got released. I think it went around the Dunsfold test circuit. It was very fast, sounded incredible, and I was just like, "Ooh, that's a cool thing." And further Top Gear history. There was one other time it was featured. It was later on in the first sort of Top Gear versus other car program challenges, where they were doing challenges against a German car program that included the late great Sabine Schmitz. And the final thing that happened in that challenge was a race between James May, and you can't see I'm doing air quotes because it was actually the Stig driving an Aston Martin DBR9 racing a 911 GT1, and I think like the final shot of it, I just remember they're coming over a crest at, I think Zolder maybe was the circuit they were at. Well, there's no crests at Zolder. I don't know, whatever circuit they were at, and it was just the DBR9 coming ahead across the line, and I've always liked it since then.
Nice.
There is a race going on in the background, I assure you. I just sharing some Top Gear based history trivia, whatever.
Did Morales let what's his name through?
It did eventually, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, it's multi-class rules when it comes to blue flags. Oh, actually, Jeff H. If I can, his name stops moving from me.
Jeff H is coming in.
I think he's the first of the sort of leading group of LMP1s is in pit lane, round about half distance.
Just around. He's probably going to put on hards, I would imagine, and take the. I wonder how long does softs even last?
I have no earthly idea, because I haven't ran the car long enough, and also there is the triple tire wear. So
there is a 3X tire wear on this, so
I have even less of an idea. This is the fight between Barnes and Sloth for what is currently third position, but I think is net P4. Is Jeff H pitted off ahead of them. It's a Dallara. Is it Dallara v Audi, I believe? Sloth is an Audi ahead. That is an Audi ahead.
Yeah.
I recognized the exhaust tips because the Dallara and the Audi have basically the same rear wing. And as you can see, which I'm very happy that they modeled into AMS2, you see those three illuminated lights over the rear quarter of the Audi. That is the old-fashioned way of the current sort of dot matrix boards that are on the sides of cars that tells you what position it is. All three lit up means third, 2 second, 1 means you're leading the race. So if there is an overtake here, we will see those lights should turn on the Dallara. And well, you see,
Oh,
the
there
lights
and
turned
then
off, and
yeah.
whenever they're visible. Okay, so as it turns out, the Delara doesn't have those lights, and everything I've just said is entirely pointless.
Well, the Audi looked good.
Yes.
We saw those turn off, so.
I didn't realize. I assumed all of them had it, because I'm fairly certain all the GT1s have it. There's somebody's. Matty Ice has had a moment out of turn 6.
Matty Ice is having a rough race.
He's
keeping that car
having a rough race, but keeping the car out of the wall, and is still.
That is true.
In a net.
He's not last, right? Who is DK is now? I think.
DK. Yeah, he's a good 3 laps down from the field, I believe, because of his lengthy pit stop. And Mr. Trangy's designs with it is actually fine aero spec on the DBR9.
Yes. There is absolutely no damage on that car in the eyes of Tringo. So.
Correct. I would be so unbelievably impressed if he was still driving with the car in this state.
Right. He is now 9 seconds to the good
he's
Lorena.
Really stretched his legs.
So he is out of danger at this present moment.
Yes, out of visible danger. And as you can see, the 2 invisible sparring buddies have, the shape of the rear wing on the Murcielago now is crazy looking, because there was an Aston Martin on top of it at one point or another. And you can see actually more about those lights. You can see at the rear quarter of the Murcielago there are 2 lights and a bit of ear candy. My favorite engine in the field, the one in the back of the Murcielago, the 6-liter V12, which is in fact just the engine out of the road car, but restricted. They didn't rebuild it for the race car. As far as I'm aware, it is just the road car engine.
But had to be restricted.
But had to be restricted because it made too much power. The one in this car is 593 horsepower. I think it was maybe 640 odd in the road car at this point.
Oh, well, yeah, like LP 640.
I believe around 2004, 2005. Actually, well, I think they developed this car in 2003. So probably whatever the first version, or it certainly would be the first generation of the Murcielago, whatever that was, which might have been a 640, might have been a 620, might have been a 630. Whatever it was, it had too much horsepower, so they gave it less. I think we have somebody limping out of turn 1. That doesn't look like they're limping. That's just... wait a minute. Was that Trangy? That's Trangy's designs.
And that was an LMP1 that he got tangled with.
Yep. But I think he still has that lead, that 9 seconds of time that he eked out, really doing him a favor there. But I was like, wait, I recognize that heavily damaged car. I'm not actually sure if that was... I think that might have been... He lost it on his own, but there's no way to know. There's no way to check because... no replays. Back to my... Here's my fun fact about the Viper. And the Viper's engine, which is the restriction for displacement for the GT1 category was 8 liters. The displacement of this engine is technically 7.998 liters. It's just under, but an 8-liter V10 in the front of the Viper with 638 horsepower as of AMS2 and 798 newton meters of torque. Buckets of torque. Not very surprising.
Did you write all this down?
I did. I did. I have all this written down. I said,
I'm going to say, how the hell are you remembering all these numbers? There'd be no way.
The numbers I have written down. However, the random tidbits that I'm mentioning, that is all in the brain.
Yeah.
When I have an encyclopedic knowledge of random crap about cars.
You know, I work in the car industry, selling some of these kinds of collector cars, and I always have to look stuff up. I just genuinely I like remember a lot of stuff, but like there's just so much knowledge and like the numbers always get me. I cannot for the life of me remember what liter engine or whatever like maybe BMWs or whatever 3 liter engine 2.5 liter, but like it's just so many different numbers and I always get confused and I'm like I can't recall what exact number things are. There'd be no way. Ask me next week what the Dodge Viper's displacement is. I have
No, I'll quiz you about the IMSA field. That's what we'll do.
So, dude, I will know nothing.
Study up. I'll be honest. I probably could. Actually, I don't think I know the displacements of most of the cars. I say that I have a good idea about probably most of the fields. But I'm very excited. I'm excited to see the Temerario GT3, which is the replacement for the Huracan GT3. It is being debuted. It is debuting at Sebring. So that'll be the first place in the world that it gets to race, is at Sebring. Fun fact.
Really?
Yep, that will be with
Lamborghini?
that. The Lamborghini Temerario GT3. No more V10. But
what is it?
It is a V8. It is a V8 that in the road car revs to 10,000 RPM.
Oh, shoot.
And the road car also makes 1,000 horsepower. Oh my God. Where's Les Paul? He's off again at turn 1. We saw this earlier. He was under a bit of pressure from.
But that was a lap, wasn't that? That wasn't he being lapped by Spikey? Yeah.
No, I don't think. No, he was not. That was for position. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong car. That was for position. That was for 5th position in the GT1 field.
Oh man, Les Paul.
The brakes are a bit tricky in these cars, and once you sort of start locking them up, it is very hard to then make a corner. It's not like I would say it's definitely different than my most apt comparison is the hypercars and the prototypes in LMU, because that's what I'm most familiar with. Where you can, if you start locking up late into a braking zone, you can generally make the corner kind of. These not so.
Yeah.
But yes, back to the Temerario. There's also the Temerario Super Trofeo cars will also be at Sebring, which are the new Super Trofeos. So I'm excited to see that. I'm disappointed that it won't be 26 V10s all running at the same time, but alas. Right. I believe there's going to still be a Huracan GT3 in the field. I remember correctly. So some V10s. Temerario. Maybe. It's actually, I would say, as far as 3-syllable Lamborghini names, it's probably one of the easier ones to spell. Good luck spelling Murcielago. Actually, Aventador is pretty easy as well.
You know, I do not follow Lamborghini close enough to even know that this car even existed.
Oh, Les Paul Obsession just went up the inside of Flores into the International Horseshoe. So, making strides to come back after the mistake. I only know this much about the Lamborghini Squadra Corsa, which is the sort of factory race back. It's the factory backed racing car stuff, because I am a very, very there's a bit of contact at the exit between Flores and Les Paul Obsession. I was gonna say there was a car off the circuit that is now pulled off again.
He's now off the circuit again.
Nope. That's not Nicholas Rage. Is it Busted Nuts? It's Busted Nuts, who I think
was he involved in that?
He was not. He was off the circuit when those two came through. I'm wondering if maybe Les Paul Obsession lifted and was like, oh, is he going to come back on circuit, and sort of was reacting to that.
Right.
And Flores was on the loud pedal. Maybe just sort of bumped into the back of him. But very sportsmanlike, waiting and letting him
Yeah.
back through, which is always nice to see. But yes, I follow Lamborghini. I am a very big fan of the FAF Motorsport team, which is the plaid Lamborghini.
Yep. The Canadians.
The Canadians.
I kind of stopped following them when they went to Lamborghini because I'm a Porsche fan.
I was gonna say, I feel like I know you as a Porsche fan, so I was gonna ask if that's why.
You know, and I can tell you like this for a fact is Lamborghini cars are crap. Especially the older classic ones. I just cannot stand their build quality is just
they're Italian.
Awful. And well, put it right next to a Ferrari. Ferrari's
that's
build
true.
quality
That is true.
Is light years, especially if you put like a Mira next to like I don't know 250 GT or something like that. Like the Mira is just falling apart.
That is true. Yeah, I mean the Ferraris as well. They've always sort of. I feel like Enzo kind of always had the cash to properly develop a car.
Yeah.
Or also, I will say they usually built cars pretty well because they were building racing cars, and race cars need to be able to survive quite well.
Right.
And like the 250 GT, which is probably still. I mean, you probably know the answer to this. Is it still the most expensive car sold at auction, or is something else?
No.
Is it the 300 SLR? Actually,
it is. It is the 300 SLR.
I know things.
RM Sotheby's sold that for 100 something million.
Pocket change.
Yeah, pocket change.
Pocket change.
But you know, you have to know how Lamborghini was formed, right?
Yes. They started off making tractors.
Well, not only that, but Lamborghini was working for Ferrari.
That is also, I completely forgot about that, but you are absolutely right.
Ferruccio
Lamborghini was a employee at Ferrari.
Yes, and he wanted to do stuff, or that Mr. Ferrari, I don't know his first name,
Enzo.
Yes, Enzo Ferrari, did not agree. They butted heads, and so then he took off and formed Lamborghini.
That is I completely had forgotten that was the actual story, but yeah, you're absolutely right. He was fed up, and thus they are, have been compared as cars, because that is how that all began. But you are absolutely right. All good, car manufacturers, I feel like, got to have a rivalry with somebody else.
Oh yeah.
Now everybody owns each other, so it's less interesting. Lamborghinis are VWs.
They are
underneath. Well, they're Audis underneath, but Audis are VWs underneath. So it's like, you scratch away the markings on the engine cover, and you'll eventually get to Volkswagen.
There's 4 rings and a Volkswagen symbol on most all of those Lamborghini parts.
Yep, absolutely. But yeah, I'm a big fan of the FAF team, and I will be wearing my FAF merch at Sebring.
There we go.
I have to decide what other piece of merch I'm going to get, since I told myself if I go to a race, then I get to buy merch. So I got to figure out what I'm going to go for, and I haven't decided. And I talked to the guy who was running the stand when I got my shirt at Daytona, and I was like, man, I'm really upset that the Huracan's going away. I love that car, and he was like, I am too, but wait until you see the Temeraria with the livery on it. And damn it, he was right. It looks stellar. The new Temeraria is an unbelievably good looking race car with the plaid on it. It's exceptional.
Nice.
So,
yeah, I'm seeing it here. It's pretty good. Pretty good looking car.
It's pretty good looking. I think it's the best looking GT3 car on the field. All right. So I know you think it's a Porsche. What do you think is the worst looking GT3 car? Sorry, excuse me, GTD car. My apologies.
Oh,
what do you think? What do we think the worst looking GTD car is on the field? Is GT3 to layman's? I'm just being specific.
Oh,
I know my answer.
Do ya?
Yep. M4 GT3.
I guess I mean, it's not that great looking of a car, I guess. You know, I can't. I mean, looking through the field, I mean, my lowest placed one is the dang Lamborghini.
We are gonna get into a fight. We're gonna actually throw. I'm gonna throw hands. I'm gonna throw hands in your direction.
It's a decent looking car. I mean, they're all really. I mean, I can't pick one that I'm like, oh, that's terrible. You know, like there's not really one that I'm like, they're all like good in their own right. The BMW's grills, you know, they've grown on me over the years. I can tell you that.
I hate them less. I will say that.
Yeah, I hate them less, but I mean,
in more racing car news and also BMW related news, have you seen the M3 Touring GT3 car?
Oh God, yeah.
Announced whatever 2 days ago, yesterday. That is awesome. As a wagon enthusiast, that is so cool.
Oh yeah.
I will be following.
I own a
that
BMW
car.
wagon myself. The E61.
Ooh.
535.
That's actually awesome. That is I'm jealous. Is it an auto or is it a?
It's just an auto, yeah. I don't have the manual money.
That is fair. I was gonna say because I'm sure E61 manuals, not that I've looked, are probably A, few and far between, and B, I would probably easily like 30 grand if I had to guess.
I think there was less than 500 of them that came to the States, and then just a small fraction of those was manual.
Sounds about right.
Mine is 240,000 miles now.
Nice.
And I have retired it and replaced it with an X5 diesel. But I am on the hunt for a crashed or low-priced E60 M5.
Ooh, very nice.
You know where this is going. E60 M5 mates with BMW wagon.
That's actually awesome. That would be.
Yeah, I want to build one of those.
That would be super cool. If I end up keeping my my Golf wagon long enough, I'm throwing a VR6 in it, and that's going to be it. Yeah. I'm going to make a Golf R32 wagon, except it's far too new to technically be of that generation. What are we going to see down the inside? By CDLT 5177 down the inside of turn 1 on Les Paul's session. If you're just now joining us, there is in fact a race going on, but we're just talking about cars.
So, how is the race between second place and It's No Use? I see that Merchant does have a little bit of a lead on him, but it's not much.
Yeah.
And I believe that both of you guys have pit.
I'm wondering if
with 16 minutes left.
Yeah, I'm wondering if they had opposite tire strategy. One started, I would assume It's No Use maybe started on a soft. Merchant started on a hard, and now in the second stage, he's just got that greater grip. Someone really needs to investigate the track limits at the Le Mans chicane. This is absurd. They're clipping the grass every time. Which
17 and 10 are moving very slowly together. Who is that? Pacheco.
Mayor Reales is slow out of the International Horseshoe. Pacheco seems to be.
Pacheco was slow, so I think they tangled. Yep. 16, 17, and 10, Pacheco, or they were all tangled together.
There does look like there's a little bit of rear damage on the back of that Audi, which, did you know that there was an Audi France team? I didn't. But apparently there was an Audi France team circa 2005.
Le Mans.
This is the thing about AMS2 is the car selection is so phenomenal. The track selection is so phenomenal. If it functioned well, had decent broadcasting tools and whatever, I would sing its praises all the day, all the good long day.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But I've been playing AMS2 for, it might actually be 6 years at this point, and there are issues that I had with it when I first started that are still exist now.
Oh, I know. Yeah. I mean, I've only been on it a year, so I don't.
Well, there's been big issues that have existed for a year.
No, yeah. I mean,
So
just the starts alone in multiplayer.
Yeah.
You know, we have to do a manual formation lap.
and it's not like it's not being actively developed. It's not like it's like, oh, this is the game's just, you know, so they stopped developing it 5 years ago, 6 years ago. Nope, these are actually the newest cars to be added. Actually, no, that's incorrect. They are. They're the newest racing cars to be added, because the newest cars to be added are a bunch of road cars.
No, I didn't know that. I didn't see that.
Yeah, I think it was, they added the Nürburgring Tourist, the Touristfahrten.
Oh yeah,
that said, and then they added a couple of the car selection was interesting. I think there was a Viper ACR, a MC20 GT2 road car thing. There was some good cars. Yes.
Or MPM Maserati MC20.
Yes, the Maserati MC20.
Gotcha.
But these were the newest racing cars to be added, and that was, I don't know, I think it was right at the end of the year of last year. So, which is all to say, they are actively adding tons of content, but no fixes whatsoever. There's absolutely no work being done to sort of bolster the reliability of Automobilista 2.
Yeah.
Which is a shame.
I think that it might, ultimately come down to resources for them. They don't really have a resource-rich, ecosystem kind of going on here. With is what I'm saying is like, monthly subscription cost, or coming out with things that people are purchasing in the game. So like everybody's purchased the game, and then that's it. Like they got that money.
They do. The cars they release are pretty much always in DLC packs.
They are,
but it's like, it's maybe one every 3 to 6 months. It's like a $5 or $10 purchase, and not everybody gets them. Let's say they probably sell 3,000 at most.
At most, like at any one time, there's only like 3,000 people on this thing.
Yeah.
At like peak times, there's 3,000 people. Now put that up against iRacing, with the resources that iRacing is accumulating every month. $12 a month for 220,000 drivers. I mean, you can't compete with those resources. I mean, they have 200 plus devs on staff, 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
So
I think that's a fantastic point.
I think the only way for a racing game to make leaps and bounds in development is money. And I'm sorry, but the only way to get money is a subscription model anymore. Especially if you want revenue and to pay your employees every month.
I think you are correct. Game development is extraordinarily expensive and has only been increasing in price year over year, which is unfortunate, but that is how it is. I don't know. I still, that is an incredible point. I don't think that that's the issue, because they are actively coming out with new cars, and also all of these cars are licensed.
Yeah, they have to pay money.
They have to pay to license the cars that they're adding to the.
Where are they making money? I mean, like the
DLC purchases. I would imagine.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, take some of that budget, maybe fix the race starts. Listen, I'm not a developer, but pay me like $5 an hour and I'll get it figured out.
$5 an hour.
I'll vibe code a fix.
Yeah, you'll ask ChatGPT.
Exactly.
For you.
I'll vibe code a fix to that. I think there's an MC12 briefly in the wall. Is there only one of them?
Maximo. You said Maximo is on a controller or something?
Maximo is on a gamepad, yes. And we're gonna watch those inputs. Gamepad controller. Gamepad is a fancy way of saying controller. Oh. I don't know. I've just kind of always said that. But you can see the steering inputs. Those aren't fast hands. That is analog sticks.
Does that like not handle as well? I mean, like he's understeering like crazy, you know, like making that wheel turn all the way left, you know?
Yeah, honestly, I haven't. It is not as easy as driving on a wheel and pedals. Like, absolutely. No. Especially when you're in vintage race cars that have no traction control and no ABS. The fact that he was able to drive and has been driving full seasons of IndyCar, Formula USA cars is crazy. That requires way more skill than I have because, I mean, we'll watch coming into the International Horseshoe. We'll see if he locks up at all. I'm going to assume he's not been locking up there before. Yeah, a little bit of locking in the front. That was a lot of locking in the front, but like generally under control in and out of corners, which requires a lot of skill. But you can still be lightning on a controller. A friend of mine races exclusively on a controller and competed at a super high level in ACC for a long time. Like they were, I would say, I don't think they competed in esports events. However, they were esports level, and they were on a
controller.
Yeah, on a controller.
That's wild.
Anybody can sim race, man.
I know. Love it. Well, I was saying this last night to Wyatt, who is Kronos in number 6 there. Wyatt is on a wheel and pedals, but he has got a 1080 22-inch screen, and his chair is an office chair that he's got like just kind of like blocked in, and so it doesn't roll on him. And sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, I need to scoot up."
I also am an office chair racer. I'll have you know.
Oh, okay.
I know the feeling. I respect it. My thing is though, I have carpeted floors, so I just take the wheels off the chair, so it doesn't move at all. That is my tip. If you're listening, Wyatt, and you have carpeted floors, or have a carpet to like stick under, you can get like a little floor rug. Put one of the little put some like double-sided tape on the bottom of your rug. Take off the wheels. It works great.
There you go. So me and Wyatt were running Nürburgring yesterday, and I was in a triple screen $8,000 rig. You know, track racer, triple screen. I custom built computer 8050. I built it for a guy over here in Indiana, and SimMagic wheels and pedals and the haptics, all that stuff. And Wyatt was lapping Nürburgring. Gosh, what did he do? I think he did at least 9 seconds or so faster than me.
I'm gonna assume this is the full. Is this the full 24-hour, or was it just the?
It's on iRacing. They have a Nürburgring endurance challenge that's going on every other week. And it's like the short. It's like.
Oh, I think we lost you. Oh, there you go.
It's stalled out there for a second, but yeah, it's a shortened GP circuit, like a really shortened GP circuit.
Yeah, that's the 24-hour layout.
Well, it's not exactly the 24-hour layout.
I didn't know there was a different one.
There is a different one. So you know how you come around the hairpin at turn 1?
Yep.
And then the 24-hour circuit usually has like a quick left, right?
Yeah.
And you go straight. Well, this one doesn't do that. You go around the hairpin and you go around turn 1, 2, 3 all normally, like a normal Nürburgring GP, right?
Hmm.
And then when you come out of that hairpin, the turn 4, you don't go all the way down. You take a
Yep.
quick right.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I didn't know that that was like a thing, because that's the short Nürburgring GP layout. Is you basically don't do the second sector. You basically
Yeah.
cut back like right ahead of the Senna, not the Senna S's, because the Schumacher S's. Yeah. So I know exactly. I did not know that was a thing. Cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
Look at this. Merchant has been chipping away. He's gotten a half second on him.
You mean
in the
it's no
last
use?
few moments. Yeah, it's no use. Has chipped away at second place.
Yeah.
Merchant.
I've been looking at it, and it seems that like it's, well, actually that's the car, that's Tiago Lorena that he's getting past. So a bit of traffic that might, yeah, see, that swings the gap the other way. You can see because of that. That's that multi-class, baby. And then it's no use might lose a bit of time here on the exit, and he does. That's multi-class, baby. Giveth and it taketh away. I love multi-class racing so much. I love endurance racing so much. I am on my knees praying every day for there to be you can start your own or run your own endurance races on LMU. So waiting for that day.
Oh yeah,
I will be in the comms box.
It's supposed to be close.
It is supposed to be close. I think they were close for a while, and then they did the full Le Mans 24 test event, and it was kind of a disaster.
I heard.
My team got affected. Instead of racing when we wanted to start, we couldn't, and then they made another like emergency split that started maybe 2 hours after. So roundabout where we started, that one didn't work either. So we basically started, I don't know, 10 hours later than we were prepared for, which was ended up being fine because it was a mix of US based and European based drivers. So like we knew our plan regardless, and it's not like anybody had to stay up extra late or anything. I think I was the only one who did a real graveyard shift. I think I drove till 4 in the morning.
Dang.
On triple stinted tires in the night. It was like,
oh, jeez.
It was fun though. It was my first 24, so it was enjoyable. But no, I think they did that. It was a bit of a disaster, and then they tried, and then they did a 12-hour. Well, they were going to do a full length 24. Then they decided, no, we're going to do a 12-hour, and if that goes well, then we're good. I don't actually know if it went all that well, so I think they're still sort of the release date's getting pushed back because I know Studio 397 is like, it needs to be done by the time of the actual 24 Hours of Le Mans. So beginning of June, isn't that when 24 Hours of Le Mans is? I think around that time.
Yes. Well, no.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe, I don't know.
At some point, because they want to do a full, esport big event, virtual 24 Hours of Le Mans. So at least by whenever. It's gonna be close, because if we took the timing screen, they're doing 37s at the front,
and they just crossed the line under that.
I think this might be the final lap. It's No Use has been closing, but it's gonna need to be a bit of a monster effort in the last lap. I'm gonna see if there's any traffic. There actually is gonna be a little bit of traffic for second place Merchant, not living up to the name as per usual. Hopefully that Audi gets out of the way, because it'll cost him some time. But maybe on the Trioval, if he gets a slipstream, might gain it. Oh, they got out of the way.
Nice.
There is a Lamborghini ahead that he should clear before the chicane, so the last hurdle. Oh, he's not going to clear the Lamborghini before the chicane. Ooh, boy, oh boy. Jump back to It's No Use. But he catches the traffic of the Audi on the exit a bit. It's actually gonna come down to be pretty close. It's No Use does have the run. We're gonna end 3 wide with nobody really racing each other, but it's close, but it's not quite close enough. Second place Merchant is. He's just gonna have it. Oh wait, no.
Is this the last?
This is the last lap.
Are they still racing? Are they still racing?
It doesn't say race complete. They're still racing. This is for the overall victory on the last lap. It's a line of contact. No, they're both off. Hugely off and over the internet the international horseshoe. They both have to get going, but I don't. What's the ruling here? They just cut massively the circuit.
I don't know.
Who's gonna give up what? I think it might be a steward's decision by the end of this, because it sort of was 50-50 on contact. I don't know.
I'd have to go back to the tape on that, because I can't remember who was inside of who there.
I think it was Merchant on the inside, but it's might be get decided on circuit. Merchant is right on the back for the tri-oval. Now here's the thing, he's got to be smart here. Do you overtake before the chicane, or do you try to get a good exit and overtake after?
I think after. I would do after.
I think after as well, but he's really got to nail the exit.
Oh, he's got to nail it.
Oh, he's understeering though. He's understeering though. Oh no! He doesn't have the run.
No.
Down to the final lap, the final section of corners. It's No Use goes high, trying to stay out of the slipstream. He's gonna close up, but I don't think it's gonna be enough, because I think It's No Use, for the moment, is going to take victory in round 1. It still doesn't say that the race is over, though. I am confused.
Are they still going?
It doesn't say race complete. They don't seem to be slowing down.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Could you check someone's stream and see what the race is at? Because I'm really confused now. If you don't mind. So we false start, yellow flag, encroaching on the offense. The race is not over. Second place Merchant has another chance as it stands now, and the fight in for the lead in GT1, it's close, but not close enough. About 5 seconds between Trangi's Designs and Tiago Lorena at the moment. All right, I'm gonna guess yet again that this is the final lap, and the same decision stands.
Oh, they're talking about that, maybe the cut.
Oh, wait, it might have removed one of their laps. You might be right.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, that's something that happens if you cut the circuit too aggressively. It can, like, completely screw it up. It's the same thing, though. It's No Use has a better run out of the Le Mans chicane. Is this for the win? I'm gonna say it is. It is for the win. That one was for real. It's No Use takes the checkered, just ahead of second place Merchant.
I need to go back to the tape on that.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go back to the live feed and
I think, yeah, there's gonna be a little bit of I think a steward's decision, perhaps. I think Jeff H is going to put in some form of ticket, or not Jeff H, excuse me, second place Merchant at the very least is gonna put in a ticket. He is going a bit slowly, but he does get across the line. And the GT1 boys actually were already crossing the line, and a bit of donuts for Lorena, who finished second. Spiky Cactus is gonna come across in third. In GT1, Barnes just crossed the line for fourth in LMP1.
I don't know if it was just like net code, like, but It's No Use. Just, I mean, he doesn't really give the space, and then they hit, and when they hit, they like glued it glued them together, kind of thing. Like that kind of net codey, like.
Yeah. Spiky Cactus across the line for the podium position for
Third.
GT1.
Dang, Spiky.
But yeah, no, it looked like from what I remember, from what I recall, ultimately, um, there was definitely someone didn't give someone else a whole lot of space. It seemed like someone was sort of being ran off the road, but that is for professionals to decide. That is perhaps for the stewards to decide.
Yeah, if a ticket is
If I was second place merchant, I would submit one pretty much
just to put it
regardless.
yeah.
Unless he's like, oh, I'm fully at fault, then maybe not. But here are the results of the Grand Prix. Grand Prix, sure, we'll call it a Grand Prix. Here for round one for the ALMS Vintage IMSA series. Temporarily, as it stands, because I have a feeling it might change, It's No Use wins it overall and in class in LMP1. Second place Merchant does live up to the name, in fact, and takes second place overall. And the session closed. And I'm sad now.
Oh,
That's all
why did the
right.
session
I think whoever was host ended up
close it out?
closing it out, but that's okay. The results are the results, and we are all already joined by the victor in the GT1 class, Mr. Shrangies. That was certainly from our end. I truly wish you could see, and I encourage you to go back and watch the first bit of the race where the only way I could describe it is when you overtook Lorena in turn one. I know you were ghosted on your end. You mounted his Lamborghini and just kind of crossed over top of him. It was incredible.
So I wasn't ghosted on my end, I don't believe. I think that he was ghosted.
He was good.
Yes, sorry,
I had a
my
couple
mistake,
other
yes.
I had a other couple ghosting incidents. I actually got saved by one of them. I think it was Sloth. He spun in front of me and he ghosted just as I was about to hit him.
Oh my
So
god.
I don't know what was happening with the ghosting, but yeah, I don't know what happened with Tiago either. On my screen, he was showing up as 21st on the start, so he was a blue flag. I had no
Huh.
idea what he was doing throughout the race time wise. I didn't know when he pit. It was really just down to grit, and it ended up feeling like I was chasing my own ghost. Loved every second of that fight. I really did. I just wish that he wasn't ghosted. I think it would have been even more of a brutal fight between the two of us had he not been ghosted. Um, but I do think that it also gave some really good battles, even with the ghosting, because it was just back and forth, no worry about contact or nothing. So it really showed who who just had the raw pace. Um, I think the Aston Martin just has that raw pace compared to the Lamba.
I think you might be right. I fear that the Lamborghini might be one of the slower GT1 cars. It sounds the best, I think. But
He drove that freaking wheel off of that thing though.
yeah,
So really good work to Lorena. Um yeah, I have no complaints. It was frustrating. Teddy told me just focus on you. It'll all get sorted out. I focused on me and Tiago ended up spinning out. And we ended up meeting one another again when he came out of the pits. So it all worked out in the end, but yeah, so
well, a super
Yeah,
super good attitude to have, I must say.
yeah, that was it's Lorena's internet has been choppy at times. I mean, he's, across the world from us. I believe Brazil, or somewhere South America. And yeah, just the time that it takes. What happened?
Oh,
No, the stream? Am I
oh,
hit Oh, am I still there?
yeah,
It
yeah,
said
you're sorry.
stream has ended. You ended the stream. Okay,
Yes, I did. Sorry.
that made me think that I had disconnected. I'm sorry.
Apologies.
But yeah, it says Lorena here is like, "Wait, I didn't win the race?" So Lorena thought he was ahead. It's so wild how, like, because we've had incidents with Lorena before, and he submits his point of view, and it's wildly different than what we're seeing on our end. So I don't understand how he even races, not being able to see what everybody else is seeing.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
super
it
strange.
it 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 shocked me at the first corner because I saw Burke. Um, I hate how his race ended for him. He blew T1 coming into it, and I just saw him go straight through Lorena, and I was like, "Ooh, what's going on?" And then I realized, like, I realized a couple corners later that he was in 21st on my screen and a blue name, and I was like, "What is happening here?"
Dude, yeah, that's
And
wild
so
because
I
on
was,
our screen, yeah, he was in first and you were in second.
Yeah, and
yeah,
you were
so
mounting each
I,
other.
it felt that way, racing with him. He just kept popping up in my windshield, and I was like, "Dude, this is so freaking distracting." Um, so really, really happy that it didn't get to a point that I ended up losing out. Um, his loop out was on him. We weren't like, as bad as it sounds, we weren't in one another's cars. Um, at that point, so that was him, I think, just getting overzealous with the throttle. Um, but still, either way, even with that, the biggest thing that was on my mind near the end was as we got into lappers, more and more lappers, I couldn't just phase through them. So my biggest
Mm,
worry was him catching me while I got held up, ghosting through me, ghosting through them, and then pulling 5, 6 seconds on me while I got around the lapper. So, I think at that point I really would have. I have it on stream. I think I would have definitely put that in for a steward's ticket because that would not be the way I think him or uh I would want to win.
yeah,
So, um, I'm glad that he really didn't use that to his advantage. I don't believe. Um, because I was watching the times and I didn't see him gaining on me when he was in a pack of lappers like I would expect him to. So I think that he kind of also, even though he was ghosted, I think he also kind of maneuvered as if he wasn't. Um, but yeah, it was a all hands out fight when it was me and him together. So that was really really fun for
yeah.
sure.
It was a good watch. Even all the wackiness after after I got done laughing my ass off about it. Because the first time it happened, I
I
was like, I didn't know it was happening. And fortunately, Ted was like, they're or Tiago's ghosted, so they're not actually making contact. And I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah, I
Both
was
of
yeah.
your
on the
cars
same
as well
screen.
were in pieces the entire race. That is the
Dude,
most damaged I've ever seen a race car.
yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I had
Dude,
no
no.
damage. I had no damage at all. It was ghost. So
Yeah.
that's mad funny that on your guys' end we were absolutely totaled.
Oh, dude, totaled. Yeah, I came over to your stream and that's when I was like, I had to look at your stream and I was like, what is going on here? And yeah, that's when I found out he was ghosting and you were having problems with it. You're like, what is going on? And I was like, oh, okay. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Go
it
ahead.
was a weird one. This entire race was a weird one. It started with Ted and I laughing about people's names, and then
Yeah, dude,
and
I
ended
was so
with not knowing
confused.
what lap it was. It was great.
Yeah, I was so confused with Aiden Burke's username. I was like, Who is this, bro? Who slammed my mom?
I didn't know. I didn't know until the end of qualifying because all I see is
That
just
was
first
great,
initial,
bro.
last name. So I made a joke and I was like, "Oh, it's not your mom. It's not my mom. It's I mom." And later on, right when I'm reading out the qualifying results, the last thing I see before it changes to the race session is I slimed her mom. And Ted and
Dude,
I,
I
Dude,
was
we lost it.
I was crying when I saw it. But I hate how his race ended. I think he blew T1 and then I think he got collected and packed it up. But yeah, I think me and him would have had a really good battle. We were even on pace. Tiago was also even on pace. I think had he needed to be a little bit more careful with collisions, I think he might have been a little off pace. But dude is still such a good driver, even with the issues we ran into.
yeah.
I think it was a good fight altogether, even with all the issues. And I
Oh, it
thoroughly,
definitely was.
I hope that uh maybe it's not an internet thing. I do see in the chat he's saying that his AMS2 is set on some form of beta, so maybe that could be why his car's getting ghosted. I don't know. Hopefully,
No,
hopefully
I
it's
think he's saying AMS2 is beta, like
oh
on beta.
oh oh yes yes. I we complained plenty about AMS2 as a whole, so we won't continue that.
Yeah.
That's for next week, and every week onwards, I will probably complain, but I still love it so much. Great cars and Trengy's phenomenal driving. And I hope you whoever you spar with next week is an actual physical object.
I hope so too, bro. I just it's crazy and Ted knows this. I think you know it as well. I took I think it was 5 months. I didn't touch a sim. I didn't touch any car racing game. This is actually my first race back, and I only practiced yesterday. So
You put in some mad practice, but you have.
I
It's been a long time since we've seen you racing.
yeah, I honestly I think this was the most enjoyable. Um, honestly, I think that that was one of the most enjoyable races I've had. Me and Teddy had some really good fights.
Oh yeah.
Um, I hope that me and you can get together in this class if you're racing GT1.
If
Uh,
I make it to one, I will be in the Aston, but we'll see. We'll see if I make it to one or so. At mid season, because the next at least 3 weeks I will not be there. So this is why I didn't sign up. I
oh,
will be
fair enough.
missing. I will be missing half of it. So
I all I know is next week, Sebring. No
yeah.
ABS, no TC.
Yay.
We could probably see a lot of people's races ending fairly quickly there. Not
I
only to tire wear, but also spinning on bumps and such.
yep.
Yeah.
Um, I think it's gonna be much more of a battle of attrition. I don't think it's gonna be like tonight where it was battle of who's fastest and most consistent. I think it's gonna be who's most consistent and doesn't destroy tires.
Right.
Yeah. I think
So,
Sunset is going to sunset a lot of people's races. That's
oh,
my theory.
probably. Um, I know. So I'm not gonna say where it is, but I know of a little line through there that's fairly smooth.
Oh,
You don't really hit many bumps.
he's found how to avoid the bump.
Everybody follow Trago through sunset.
Yep.
Nope, I'm gonna be hitting that bump on purpose,
Really?
just so that way people follow me over it and don't find that line.
Yeah. That bump is the first time I learned about that bump was not after driving Sebring, but was being told that drivers in the actual 12-hour have to just actively avoid it so they don't injure themselves.
Yeah.
Not
Yeah, I'm sure in real life the G forces that thing turns is more than enough to probably pop a vertebrae or two.
yeah. Ted and I will investigate. We'll take photos and come back.
Yep.
Okay.
So I do want to move on real quick. I had second place Merchant come in here, and I just wanted to hear from Merchant. how that race ended.
He completely pushed me off the track.
Yeah, I saw we went back to the tape and he did not give too much space per se, and then you guys got glued together netcode wise.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
It kind of looked like a little bit of a netcode, but you guys crossed over the track. How did that work? Did it give you a penalty, or did you have to do is that why there was an extra lap
I
at
have
the
no
end?
idea. The lap that the lap that the lap or let me see how to phrase this. When I passed the start finish line on that lap, it was already 0. So that should have ended the race.
That's what I was
Um
Yeah.
expecting.
yeah, we
I
passed
I had
the
called the
start
finish
finish.
3 times that race.
He came up on the outside and I locked up. So he was able to cross over on me, but I was still right alongside of him. And then
Okay.
when we were going through the S's, he gave me no room and just pushed me off. Is
Yeah.
what
Yeah.
I saw from my end.
Yep.
So
So that was supposed to be the end of the race.
it
Before
should
that,
have been, yeah, because it definitely went zeros before I crossed the finish line.
I wonder if it was set to like +1 lap.
That's my guess.
It
It
must have
must have
been
been
set to
set to plus. Yeah,
It was.
I just I
It's
just looked back at the incident as well as the first time I looked at it, and though I am impartial from my comms box, I think there is going to be a penalty coming the way of it's no use or forcing another
but
driver off the track.
yeah, but Merchant, you gotta submit that tomorrow.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I got the replay up right now. About to record it.
I said right after the race ended, I was like, if I was you, I'd submit it regardless, even if I knew I was in the wrong. If you, but yeah, I think it must have been set to +1 lap, and then because you guys both in the fact that you
Yeah,
also both ended up cutting the exact same amount and basically ending up next to each other, I
yeah,
guess
and
gave it
it
an
and it
extra
made
lap.
me give the place back. So I'm like, I don't know what to do. So
Yeah. Well, you gave it an effort on the extra 2 laps that you probably didn't have to do, and you're close enough that any amount of penalty will swing it.
yeah,
We will see
yeah,
what the
his car
stewards
was for
say.
sure set up for low downforce, and I had more downforce on mine for the infield.
Oh, okay.
There you go. Less of a concern next week though. I think everybody's going to be running most of all the
Yeah, I'll
wing.
be
Most all the wing.
yeah, I'll be out next week. Vacation.
Oh, dang. Well, so this
I
is gonna
know.
be the drop round. Yeah, I think you asked about that, right? The drop
Yeah,
round.
yeah. I
Yeah.
wish it could have been Watkins, but it's Sebring, unfortunately.
Oh, dang, dude. So you're only gonna miss one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, if there were to be a way to start the season, even though you're going to miss next week, I would surmise, and I will go to bat for you if I need to get into a verbal fight with the stewards. I think that race is yours to have.
The stewards are impartial and will look at both point of views and
That is correct. I wonder if one of the stewards are here right now.
no, I vote on things, but I'm not like
Oh, you're not a steward? Oh, okay.
not technically not I do voice my opinions and stuff, but the main steward is no, he doesn't race in here right now. He was racing with us in Indy, but he's the one that really he puts it up to a vote and makes it all impartial, and there's I don't know, there's at least a handful to 10 people that are in the steward area that just will make votes, and then it goes from there, and Sam makes a writes up a little report and uh, goes the way of the vote. So
Well, there we go. I'm sure the right decision will be made, and in regardless, Mr. Second Place Merchant, whether or not you're living up to your name or not, it was
I
it was a,
think
it was a great drive tonight.
I think you need to
Yeah, it
change your
felt good.
name. It might be the name.
Could
As
be the name.
See, at this
Could be the,
point, I gotta keep it to, cause,
keep up the
just
keep up the
yeah,
illusion.
exactly.
All right, everybody underestimates you.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for joining us tonight, both of you, and congrats to both of you for being the class victors. Perhaps I'll be speaking to one of you next week. I would say both, but that would be impossible.
We'll see how next week goes for me. I think I'm gonna be participating in the 2-hour special event on Saturday.
Oh yeah, I'll be there too.
In the modern GTs, but yeah, so we'll see how it goes in the historical ones. I know I'll do better in the modern ones, but we'll see how it goes in the 2005 with no ABS or uh traction control for me.
Yep, and generally a lot more power and less weight and less downforce.
Yeah, so we'll see how that ends up.
Well, best of luck to both of you this weekend. I would offer to broadcast, but I will be at Sebring.
Yep. Ooh,
Bring
that would
back
be
lots of photos and such.
Don't you
oh,
prefer the virtual Sebring?
Well, no. No. No, but hopefully we'll maybe talk to one of you next week, and otherwise look forward to both of you back on circuit whenever it comes around and enjoying the rest of the season. Because as weird as this first round was, and as wacky as it was from the broadcast booth, it was entertaining.
it was very entertaining. I like these cars to really make it pretty entertaining. Hopefully people get hopefully AMS2 has better net code. Hopefully people get better accustomed to the cars, and we have some more tight racing in the future. So
I think Sebring will probably lead to some really good fights. Um, it's just going to come down to it's gonna come down basically to the bumps and such. I think that might end up taking out a couple of people in the middle of a fight, which is probably not the way that people are gonna want fights to end. But
Well, that means practice, 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 everybody. Learn the bumps like the back of your hand. And pick your breaking points. I think it's gonna be I think there's gonna be 20 plus cars that go deep in the at the hairpin in the first 5 laps.
probably.
That is my
I
theory.
think my biggest issue here at Daytona was I've gotten so just muscle memory of new GT3s, and you can break twice as hard, probably another sometimes 20 something yards closer to the um or 20 something feet closer to the corner. So in practice yesterday before today, I was trying to break that habit of braking where I usually braked. So I think that's also going to be an issue for people at Sebring. Is if you're
100%.
if you're so used to the modern GT3s, you can brake at like I I forget, are they 50, 100, 150, and 200 boards, or are they 1, 2, 3 boards?
Depends on the corner. I'm pretty sure the hairpin it's actually no, I think it's all 100 boards at Sebring.
Okay, so
I
like
believe.
Sebring, the turn 7 hairpin, I think you can brake at like the almost the 100 mark and still make that corner. I think if you try that in a 2005, you're not making that corner.
Your meat and
Yeah.
Barry are oldest and best friend, Barry R.
Yep.
Well, to both of you, thanks for joining us in the box for a chat. Good
yeah,
luck
thank you guys.
in the future.
Thank you.
And keep winning. I don't know. Keep winning and don't lock up. That's all I got.
Yep. See you guys in the next round.
See ya.
Yes, sir. We'll see you there.
All right.
Mr. Piper, any final words of wisdom? Any final wishes?
We need more funny names.
I think we need
Names.
less. I think we need less.
I think we just need more like R2D2 names. I love how you were just like
Oh, yeah.
CDLT 596.
All
I
right,
lost.
so
I
it's
lost it.
dude. All right, so either next week, if you're gonna change your Steam name before the race, it either needs to make me laugh, or it either needs to trip me up. You can decide which
Has to be
one.
hard to pronounce.
It's got to be a challenge. You got to challenge me to say your name with a straight face or
Oh my
without
God.
stumbling, or maybe
Yeah.
don't do that, or maybe do. I don't know. It's gonna be impossible to tell who's who if everybody changes their name as well. But
Oh, that's very true. We had no clue that imom was Aiden Burke the whole entire time. That would have made more sense. Like if it said Aiden Burke, I would have been like, oh yeah, that dude's fast.
yeah.
Like,
But no, lo and behold, it was Aiden Burke who was sliming everybody's mom.
nice.
And right before I go, the final thing is just let everybody know what the season looks like if they haven't checked out Sebring as far as where we're going next week. I think you could have guessed we're going to Sebring since everybody was chatting about it. It's well timed with the 12 hours of Sebring. Wonder if that was intentional. Well, it actually, I think, just kind of works out because usually round 2 for IMSA is Sebring anyways, and we're round
Did
2.
it? Yeah. Yep,
And then we're
exactly.
off to Road America for round 3, Watkins Glen for round 4. Then we've hit the first of the historic circuits, and it is in fact Spa-Francorchamps. 2005, appropriate.
Mhm.
Then we're back
Yep.
to the modern day for Laguna Seca. Back in time for Road Atlanta for round 7. I think Road Atlanta itself is already such a phenomenal circuit, and the 2005 version is even scarier, and that is awesome. And the finale, we go to France for the historic 2005 version of the 24 hours of Le Mans Circuit de la Sarthe. So a great season, and will you be joining me next week?
I don't know. It's a pretty fun time. We'll talk more through the weekend. I might be in Coco on Monday. But there's actually a league go-kart race like
Oh,
in real life in Coco.
I
You want
might.
to come over and do that?
Oh yeah, let's talk about that this weekend.
All right.
Depending on how my schedule looks, I very much might come to do that because Coco's not
All
far.
right, dude. I think that because so I was there last week and ran like 2 laps or two runs on it or whatever. And they were like talking about, I was like, so is this the fastest the carts can go? I was like, they're electric carts or whatever, they're programmable.
Yeah.
And they were like, well, we turn them up for league night. And I'm like, when's league
Ooh.
night?
Oh, that's
And
something
they
to
were
look
like,
forward to.
and they were like, it's on Mondays, every other Monday throughout every other month or something like, or every Monday, every other month, whatever it was. Whatever it was the Monday I was going to be there back, like this next Monday, is going to be a league night. The carts will be turned up. It's
Yes.
$45.
Yes.
You do a qualifying. There's heat races. It's a whole thing. And I'm like, dude, I want in on this.
All right. I'm penciling that in, and before we make anybody even more jealous of what our weekend and Monday night looks like for this week, we will
Yeah.
bring the broadcast to a close. Thank you all who watched. Thank you all who drove. Without them, we would be talking to ourselves even more and
Yep.
even less about racing. Thank you, Mr. Ted Piper, for joining me in the box this week. If you're welcome whenever. You and your laptop mic might sound better than my own, so you are welcome whenever you want to be here. And have a wonderful night, everybody. Wear your seatbelt. Call your mother. Look both ways before crossing the street, and don't steal. Have a great great rest of your week. We'll see you next time. Watch the Sebring 12 hour this weekend. I look forward to seeing you all soon.